Hey, what's up? So, I've been reading this series, Yugami-kun ni wa tomodachi ga inai, meaning Yugami-kun does not have any friends. I am really, really impressed with this series. I think it is truly remarkable. Just flawlessly executed, funny, heartwarming, moving, interesting. The character portrait of Yugami is one of the most um, thorough and fascinating I have ever seen in the medium. He's just rocketed up in my list of favorite characters. So many characters in this series I just absolutely love. So I had been reading all the way up now until the 15th volume, and then I realized I only had 2 volumes left until the series just ends. So I thought maybe I would record myself reading these last 2 volumes. Let me know, is this something interesting? Is this something you like the idea of? It's much, much faster for reading manga by myself than making videos for all of it. Of course, ideally, if I had unlimited time and energy, I would record myself reading every chapter of everything. But maybe this is a good compromise. Like I just sort of read things on my own until I'm caught up with them. Or if they've already ended, I read up until the last few volumes and then I read them as videos. Maybe, I don't know. Let me know what you think. But we're going to dive in now to chapter 72. This shows Yugami-kun doing something quite friendly on the cover. All of the covers I think are fantastic, but this one is by far the most sort of generic in that it looks like it could appear in some other series. Yugami-kun's amazingly unique personality doesn't really come through here, but I'm sure it will in the story. Ah, yes. And then they always have this bonus page which shows kind of the behind the scenes of the cover photo. And they're literally at each other's throats. So that sounds a little more like it. The semifinals for the summer tournament. The opponent for this great battle is Hojo Academy, led by the super high school level slugger Nanda. Kamihoshi leads 2-0, but Kadoka wounded himself before. We saw this in the last chapter. In the substitutes. So yeah, they could either get Nito, who has all sorts of beef with Kadota. They've got quite some history. He doesn't really seem to want to do that. And then there's Yokomizo, who was originally the catcher before Kadota came along. Neither of these seem appealing. Yokomizo, who can't lead, blatantly reluctant Nito. Nito, of course, more than happy to give up the catcher position a bit ago when he had that kind of revelation about how he should act. That's okay, seem completely fine. Okay. The player has been treated. The match will continue. They've got to continue shutting out Hojo High. They can't let Nanda get a home run. Right, I'm so relieved. He's not pushing himself. So far, very traditional sports manga kind of stuff. I like the focus that they give to baseball. I've actually learned quite a lot of baseball from this series. It seems like a much more interesting game than I initially thought. And when Yugami, very early in the series, is like, whether or not a team wins is 90% up to the pitcher. I was like, I understood why this was like the perfect sport for this series. 90% up to the pitcher. But then, of course, there is that last 10%. Oh my god, I have to sneeze so badly. I'm trying to look into the light. So sometimes that makes you sneeze. I'm just blowing my nose instead. If you can't tell, I've got a bit of a cold. It's not super bad though. It's just really stuffed nose core, which is annoying but not debilitating. Yugami keeps mumbling. Oh yes. So his current technique to stay focused is to recite the super long name from that Rakugo about Jugemu, the kid with the really, really long name who becomes kind of like blessed by his long name. Boost his focus by reciting Jugemu. Okay. They lead 2-0 at the top of the 7th. throwing balls. Karata isn't hurt. Going like this. You said your arm is shaking. But he hears nothing. Only Jugemu. So it's 3 balls. Is he gonna let this guy walk? Or is it now he gonna start throwing strikes? Whoa! He gets a hit, but they catch it. It's out. Okay. This seems fine, I guess. The Yugami strategy confuses me here. Why was he throwing so many balls? He's much more the strikeout type of pitcher. Striking pitches are coming out as weak straights. Calm down for 1 inning. My fault. Are you thrown off because of my injury? Oh my god. Karata, why are you asking these questions? How many times have you been burned by assuming sympathies from Yugami-kun that just aren't there? Nevertheless, he asks, you're completely wrong. It's because of Yugami. It's losing its effects. It's lost its effectiveness because of me. So what's funny is that the story of Yugami explains it in the manga. Is that this father has a son. He really wants the son to have a blessed life. So he goes to all of these priests and asks, what is a blessed name for my son, which will assure him a life of luckiness and fortune? They all tell him different names. And then in the end, he decides to combine them all so that the son's name is a dense paragraph of text starting off with Jugemu. And this kind of leads to like a running gag throughout the Rakugo, where people are just constantly having to say the entirety of the name. Every time his name is mentioned, they say the entirety of the name. That's quite comedic. And then the cumulative kind of moral of the story, I suppose, is that there's like an incident where the son is hurt, and the father is trying to like console him, I think, and says his full name. And by the time the father even finishes just saying the son's name, his injury has gone away. And this is sort of seen as like it is a blessed name. Like reciting the name made the injury go away. But instead it's just like that saying the name takes so long that the son healed on his own, I think is supposed to be kind of the gag. So here, it's like, Karata is hurt. Out there on the pitcher's mound, Yugami keeps saying the entire name of Jugemu, but he's not getting any better. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Look at this. Okay, so Yugami is definitely frustrated. This is his frustrated face. And then, in getting into this argument, he suddenly goes, like, around the back wide. There's a scene in 30 Rock where I really like, where Liz Lemon, the main character, is yelling at all of her subordinates and ranting and stuff. And at first she's like very specifically mad about the party, and then she says something completely different, something about being like a single woman or something. And Pete shouts, "She's going wide!" Like she's just gonna start arguing about everything now. I don't know. I love it. I love it. Okay, yeah. So they start arguing. Yugami-kun's cheering section, of course. Get through his head. I'll go away if he loses anyways. Ooh. But they're also super into Nanda-kun. They're just into the ace players of either school. Just bandwagoners. Anishan isn't the type to turn around even if you call that to him. That's an understatement. Okay. Nanda on bat. Hojo has like cheerleading squads and everything. Yugami is alright. It's already the 7th inning, so he's probably getting tired. Kya! Uh-oh. That's the sound effect of bad hitting ball, I think. Yeah, that's a home run. That's an easy home run. Now, luckily nobody was on base, sorry. So that's just 1 point for them. But now they're only behind by 1. That was really cool. This was super well depicted. The management just hearing the sound effects. And then we cut to the ball already flying well outside the stadium. Kadota in shock. Right stand home run. With Nanda's solo home run, Hojo secures their first run. And Yugami is shooked. He's too shook. He's beyond his normal frustrated face. Now he's just in disbelief. Calm down. Change gears. Focus. He's got the kanji for peace inside of his brim. Reciting Jugemu. Statistics and facts about the pitcher and everything. The hitter running through his mind. And then a dog. He thinks of a dog. What? Is this the dog he helped raise like way back in volume 1? Getting distracted. Yeah, that's Subaru. That's the dog he helped raise. Isn't it time to escape reality? I overused Yugami. It's completely worn out. Yugami. He actually turns to the stand when called out. He actually turns to the stand when called out. Because it's... Oh my god! Oh, this relationship. Easily one of my favorite in all of manga. Or relationship. Who knows what's going to happen. I think it'll end with them living together. A lot of little plot points are lining up that way. Oh! Oh, this is a great page. He won't turn even if you called out to him. And the fact that she calls out Yugami, she knew, she remembered that that's what he was doing. She, of course, doesn't know that he's 3 layers deeper than that now and Yugami was wearing off. But I think it'll work again now. Oni-chan is looking over here. Even the sister is shocked. Never before has she seen her brother pay attention to someone. The cattails in this dish are delicious. The cattails in this dish are delicious. The cattails in this dish are delicious. That's all that comes to mind. Is her eating some dish and complimenting the cattails. Why is this completely useless trivial memory? The cat's dish. This is, of course, another Rakugo classic by Hyraku. I don't know the plot of this one at all. It's been mentioned a few times, but they've never actually gotten into it. See, mister, if you let a cat eat out of this bowl, sell the cat for 3 ryo. Oh, that's the premise. A lot of the Rakugo stories seem to be kind of about these sorts of Jack and the Beanstalk type deals, you know? All right. A strike. He's back in it. Another strike. That pitcher fired up all of a sudden. What happened? He's looking at the audience just now. Maybe he doesn't look looking cool. Especially to the girl he likes. Oh! A hard read? But accurate? Accurate? Question mark? Accurate? 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 Even though he has no room for friends? Even though he's decided he doesn't need a lover right now? After long deliberation and another fantastic chapter? Is that it? Or did he just simply think of a different Rakugo story? That, of course, she was the inspiration for, but could have come to him from anywhere. And now, having refocused on a different story, he's just back in it. He's back to 100%. Now, we've been wondering, well, why is that super cute cheerleader not here today? Yes, so we saw this earlier when they were kind of scouting out Hojo Academy. They saw him with a super cute girl. Everyone was very upset at this unfairness of life. Can't tell just by the fact she's not here. I love this guy. I love this guy. They really do a good job. Whenever we encounter one of these high-level baseball rivals, there's some weirdness to their personality. There's something, intense about them. Something uniquely intense about them that makes you think like, it makes sense. It makes sense that you've risen to this rank in parallel to Yugami. You're just as much of a weirdo as he is. And of course, I like this sort of defiance of the normal manga kind of fretting around, beating around the bush, not willing to admit the truth of the situation, that all of them are kind of usually kind of go along with this play of like, oh, isn't that funny? She's not here. But he's like, no, can't you tell just by the fact she's not here? Oh, okay. All thanks to the Cassius dish. Nanda will definitely let you stand at the batter's box once more. That's why we're counting on you for the rest. Okay. They're fired up. Yugami's fired up. A friendship is born. Cool. The sense of distance between him and the rest of the team, which is often what this weirdness kind of boils down to, has closed. To that, Kamihoshi's streak of not dropping a run was broken last inning. Okay, 2 more innings left. Don't want to change this current flow. Big hitters are coming up too. Just one more time I can do it. He's just still reciting part of the Rakugo. It's completely reset him. Ooh, he's going for a bunt. A low ball just to get someone on base. Yeah, safe. They're trying to set up for a big home run from Nanda. Still more batters until Nanda's up. Okay. So Hojo now desperately trying to bunt with each runner. Yugami now totally playing to that commitment. Manages to get another out. Trying to set up points for Nanda to score. Just 2 more. Do your best, Yugami. I don't know. It never gets old to me. Every time that they cut to Yugami and he's just doing something that's like totally disconnected from everything else we've been focusing on, they just cut to him and he's reciting Rakugo. It's so good. Uh-oh. His hand is hurting. Can't keep it up. Is it really just a sprain? Just a little more, bear with it. Okay. What? This is something I've never been clear on, though. And I guess I should just look this up. If the catcher drops the ball or misses catching it, what happens? Is that ball like in play now? Is it as if it's been hit? And the baseball batman, the batter, can just run off? Oh, excuse me. Is that what happens? I don't know. Okay, so they have 1 runner on base. That means that if Nanda gets another home run, they go into the lead. That's what's going on here. 2 outs. Runner on first. If I hit a home run here, it'll be a comeback. That's what it comes down to. Last time Nanda hit the inside pitch. So let's look at an outside pitch. But so this I think is really interesting too. The communication between the catcher and the batter. It's like, or the catcher and the pitcher. The pitcher, of course, has their own ideas about what will work and what won't work. But then, by going along with the catcher's signal, there's at least like 1 additional piece of knowledge, you know? There's at least 1 avenue of cooperation. And of course, this all kind of hinges on whether or not it matters that the catcher catches the ball. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. But whatever. Just throw it. What's he doing? What's he doing? He's looking around. It looks like he's shaking his head, but I think he might also just be looking around and not paying attention at all to what Kadota is doing. Oh, whatever. Leave it, Yugami-san. Cat's dish, I can focus again. He says this to the Hojo batter, as if the Hojo batter would be like, ah, yeah, I've been there, man. And also, did he look up at her? Did he look up at her? Do you think? I don't know. I don't know. It's unclear. By the way, boss, that's a nice cat. Oh, it's so good. Okay, all right. So we don't find out what happens in this chapter, of course. We'll go to the next one, and I'm sure it'll be the classic. It's hours later, the results of the match are in. We're going to see how everyone reacts and then have to work out what happened. That sort of structure is quite common for a good reason. It's always compelling. Okay. I think that's all I'll read for tonight, though. I only have... Oh my gosh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 chapters left of this fantastic series. I really, really love it. I don't know where to even begin praising it. I hope there's still some great memories left, some exciting finales, some good jokes, a bit more Rakugo education, and I hope you join me in seeing it all. Yeah, a lovely series. Okay, that's all for now. Bye bye.